What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ricky Butler from Lost Tribes Tattoos, Spotsylvania, Virginia. Back again with another time lapse video. Today I'm working on a lioness with a arrow. Half the lioness face is not shown. I guess it's hiding behind the arrow. So yeah. My machine that I'm using is a Bishop Phantom. I have the Phantom grip as well. I'm using Quadrant cartridges. They're the best on the market. My aftercare is Tattoo Lovers Care. They're the best in the market. So yeah. So right now I'm just going over the outline. I typically outline with the 3 round, especially when I'm doing realism. So I'll probably go back around all these lines with a bolder line, probably like a 9 round. After it's all said and done, only on the arrow though. When I'm doing the lioness, I'm using that 3 liner. I dilute my ink and I try to like kind of bloodline. It's not really a bloodline, but I just dilute it to a light gray wash. And I kind of like just stroke the skin as light as I can, just to give myself a guideline so I can go back in it with the shading. So that's what I'm doing right now. Big cats are pretty easy for me. I don't really care what nobody says. They are easy for me. I think they are an easy tattoo to do. I don't have to think about doing a lioness. I don't have to think about doing a tiger. I don't have to think about doing any type of big cat. Just because I've done them so many times, the very, a lioness or a lion's face is just, they're all the same. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I'm really just going about the paces. I'm just doing it. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm not that great of a teacher. I like doing the time lapse, so I just figured just to talk on one of these, just to give you a little insight on my mind while I'm tattooing. All right, I switched to a 15 mag curve. Yeah. So when I'm doing the 15 mag curve, what I'm doing right now, if I had to teach somebody how to do a lion's face, what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of cross-hatching with the mag. I turned my machine or needles to their side instead of going like traditional shading. You would lay it flat and just whip it back and forth like a brush, like a brush stroke. I'm not doing a brush stroke. I'm turning it on its side and I'm like scraping at the skin. That's what I'm doing with this 15 mag. So I'm gonna do that all throughout the face until I mold it. I kind of sculpt it together. So I'm not really going too dark right now. I'm still using like my light gray, maybe my medium, just to mold the face a little bit. So I'm just kind of like scraping at the skin just to get that effect of fur. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Obviously around the eyes and around the nose, I did use more of black you know, because it's predominantly black around the eyes and the nose. So other than the eyes and the nose, I'm using a light gray wash. So now it looks like, yeah, I'm still sculpting it. Just like it's like a crosshatch effect. You know, you just, if that makes any sense, um, and you just layer it. You know, layering, kind of like if you have any painting background, or you work with Adobe programs or Procreate. You know, there's multiple layers to everything. So while you're tattooing, you know, this is like layer one, okay, bow, foundation, or kind of like your base color for a digital design. You put that flat color in, and then after you get your flat tones in, then you go back on top of it and do your highlights and your dark shadows and stuff like that. So that's basically what you do with tattooing as well. You try to get a foundation. That's what I'm doing right now. Now I'm going back on top of that foundation with some darks. Um, and you just sculpt it. You're just molding it to the actual image. I'm also looking at my iPad to make sure that my darks is dark and my lights are light. What I had to learn over time was to leave some skin break all throughout the tattoo. Now, a lot of people saying that my tattoos are looking a little bit better nowadays than, like, let's say 3 years ago, because 3 years ago I didn't know I had to leave so much skin break even in something that I thought was solid. So now I'm leaving skin break. For y'all that don't know, that just means that the skin is still showing in between the shading. Instead of making a solid tattoo, you're just leaving skin break. So you do that. You keep that in mind while you're molding and sculpting. Leave a little bit of skin break. Bada boom, bada bing. It's gonna look great. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but that's the best way I could put it. Right now, I'm putting a little bit of gray, actual gray, the color gray, on top of all my gray wash. What that does is it literally smoothens out everything. So all the choppiness that you might have left, put that gray on top of that gray wash. You're Gucci. All right. That's a little effect that I've learned over time. Going to multiple tattoo conventions, looking at the masters, trying to figure out why the heck is their tattoos better than mine. And it's little tricks of the trade. And yes, there are tricks to the trade. People are doing stuff that you might not necessarily think to do. I'm also going on top of my skin breaks with a little bit of white. Obviously, white isn't like, everybody knows to use white at the end. White is just highlights. It's just highlighting all the skin breaks / areas where light is being reflected off of the face. So I'm using my 3 liner again just to do like the whiskers around the eye, certain places in the ear, all just to make it sharp. This is just sharpening. You're just making it look pretty. You know what I mean? This tattoo only took 2 hours to complete. And for some reason, IG's only let me upload a 10-minute video, so I had to cut it short. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.